Hello everybody, it's Andrew Hutchings here, making sure I look kind of muscular at the beginning of the video because it is a fitness channel, even though I've been talking about financial stuff lately because I've been focusing on finance in my life and I thought it's important to tell other people about. So I don't even need to say my doctor intro that I'm not a doctor. But yeah, when I lean back, it makes shoulders look small, and also I haven't been working out lately. Like bench press, I think 4 times in the last 3 months. Not doing horrible, but yeah. So the topic of this video is it getting too expensive to afford to live? I often find myself thinking that it's too expensive to live. It can't afford to buy a house, can't afford to live. But the truth is, it's too expensive to live in places like in parts of places like California or New York or Boston or somewhere, unless you make a ton of money. However, in general, it's not too expensive to live. Like, I don't know exact prices, but you could, even in California, now there's some noise. Hold on a second. So even in California, if you go outside of the major cities or away from the coastline, you can find very affordable places to live. Like if you go into the desert or into more of the foresty areas, very affordable. Couple $100,000, few $100,000, you can probably buy yourself a house. Some places you could even probably get one for like $100,000. Now, of course, there's a different job availability over there. You're not going to have the Silicon Valley jobs. You're not going to have as many jobs in general. But we're living in the 21st century. It's the year 2021. And there's a lot of different things you can do for money. But most people are stuck in the mindset that they have to have the very narrow set of jobs that you go to university for, and that you have to live in the city where those jobs are also prevalent. But I think it's not even all to do with those jobs, just people have this mindset that they have to live in these cities, in these specific areas. Yeah, there's just a general obvious. I mean, I assume that people in the middle of nowhere, Tennessee, don't think this because they don't live there. But people here have the mindset that you have to live here where you grew up, even though for most people who grew up in California, somewhere near the beach, you can't afford to live here. I mean, maybe when you're 40 or 50, if you work as a doctor, you can afford to get a house here. Or if you make really good investment decisions and you live very poorly until you're 30, 35. So it's still not impossible, but for like the average person who doesn't make investments and stuff, if you're not making investments, you pretty much can't afford to live in a lot of the popular parts of California. But even without making good investments, you can live in much of California, much of the United States, and much of the world. Yes, it's not unaffordable to live nowadays. It's just that everybody flocks to the major cities and they flock to the coastline. That makes the prices go up, up, up. So yes, if you can't afford to buy an average house for $1 million because you live in California near the coastline, maybe you need to move away from the coast. Maybe the people demanding higher minimum wage or better whatever because living is too expensive. Perhaps they just should accept the fact that not everybody can live right along the beach or in a major city like Los Angeles or San Francisco. That's reality. There's a lot of planet Earth And not everybody can live in the most popular places. It drives the prices up. And then only the people with the most money can live in them. So if you are struggling, I mean, I don't even need to say this, you already heard my video, but yeah, if you're struggling trying to figure out where you can possibly afford to live, just simply turn your sight elsewhere outside of the major cities, outside of the coastline, and you'll certainly find a place you can afford to live. Especially if you make good investments. Hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. And these financial videos of mine, if you watch them soon enough in your life, they can really make your life so amazing and easy. So please help me out, because I helped you out. All you gotta do is leave that free like, the comment, the subscribe, share it with your friends. Because I'm not doing this from the age of 17 like maybe you are. I'm already 23, turning 24 kind of soon, and I already have obligations in life. So I can't just live anywhere. I can't just get any job. I can't just do the best things financially. But you can if you're young enough. So I hope you watching this, that you are a teenager, because it means that you still have every possibility in the world. You have no obligations, no responsibility. I mean, maybe you have some responsibility, but in general, you don't have things that limit what you can do. You can decide to not go to college. You can decide to go to college. You can decide to move anywhere. I mean, unless like you're got a dying mom you got to take care of or something. But for the most part, if you're a teenager in high school, everything in life is open to you. You can make all of the best decisions. But as you get older, they get closed off to you. So say me, for example. I've got a wife, legally not my wife yet because we couldn't get married because of stuff going on in the world. But I got a wife who lives halfway across the world in a country that has no good job opportunities, and there's difficulty with her leaving, and in multiple different ways. But I'm not going to just abandon my wife and start over with a new girl so that I can have better financial outcome. I gotta just make my life work around me and my wife. But you probably don't have a wife yet. Probably don't have really strong obligations. If you're in high school, you can decide, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get hired as a longshoreman, and I'm going to save up my money for 5 years, and then I'm gonna move to Mexico and live on the beach and retire. At the age of 25, I'm going to retire and live on the beach for the rest of my life because I'm gonna make good investments. You can do that. I can't do that. I can't get a good job because I'm just finishing university, and I'm going to be living in a country where even if I could get a job, it would make $0. Not literally $0, but almost. But if you are in high school, you can use these 3 financial videos I've made so far, and you are so lucky and set. Like, life is going to be so easy for you if you actually listen to these videos. I wish I knew what I've said in these videos. It's amazing how easy life is when you have some smarts. Now, you may go, oh, why didn't you realize this when you were younger? Well, part of it is you learn things as you get older.